Into the chopper.
What does an old man sound like?
Sounds like Voldemort
Where's you go?
from Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. It's Harry
Voldemort.
Potter.
Worry not. We will be.
That's what you should
Avada
do.
Kedavra.
Oh, man.
Harry Potter, you are very bad man.
Oh, you are the Harry Potter, eh?
I'm just a hammer. Clearly, I didn't kill this person.
Today's story is one that I bring before you not because I want to, but because it has to be told. A heinous act was committed most recently. While the murderer was not found, his murder weapon was. And that is what we will be what I will be prosecuting today is the I can't be in the same room as this monster of a tool. Such a tool.
That's not nice.
But anyway, let us
I'm
begin.
right here. You can't be saying that. You gotta. The listeners.
Thank
gotta
you
be
for listening to my
unbiased.
opening statement.
No, that was cruel. That was cruel and unusual.
Judge, if you may, I would like to call as my first witness the...
No, can I give my opening statement, please?
Oh,
Thank you.
I was
Yes,
hoping that
you
we
may.
might skip that.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor. This
I yield.
heinous crime is not what this man,
Hammer.
my opponent, has said. The heinous crime is the words he just used to describe my client, who is nothing. He may be a tool, but not in like a douchebag sense. He's a tool in the sense that he is useful, and that you could find him on the aisle at Ace Hardware or Home Depot or
Objection, Your
Harbor
Honor.
Freight.
Irrelevant information.
This is irrelevant because people understand that those brands mean home and they mean family, and this is a family hammer.
Alright, we're listening here.
And he just
Objection sustained.
was found at the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's all. That's my opening statement.
May I now call a witness to the stand?
You may.
All right, I will do that. Hammer, if you please, come up to the stand, and I will
Alright.
begin asking you questions
Alright,
as I
I'm-
do.
I'll be up here. Understand? I'm all right. I'm acquiescing to your request, sir.
Mr. Hammer, is it?
Hold on, I have to be sworn in. Nothing I say will be admissible in the court of law if you don't swear me in.
No, all right. Do you, with your
Where's your Bible?
lack of arms,
Hold on.
solemnly swear to tell the
Yes.
truth, nothing but the truth, and everything, all the truth, all the time,
Yes, of course, I will tell the
or
truth.
else be punished by the higher power?
I believe in God, sir. I believe in God. I'm a God-fearing hammer.
All right then.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Mr. Hammer, in your own words, what happened that night?
What night?
The night of the 27th.
Oh, the night of the 27th. It was just like any other night, honestly. I went home, I kissed the kids goodnight, I had dinner with my wife. She reheated some leftovers. She stayed up waiting for me from a busy day, and I went to sleep. Nothing of note.
So, why then later that night were you found with red marks all over your face, laying in the room with the deceased?
I spent a normal night, but as you all know, I am just a hammer, and when the duty is called of me to perform services, it can happen any hour of the night.
I see. So the murder of my client, the deceased, was a duty of yours?
No, I didn't pick and choose when I was called. What I was able to do is I went to bed like I always do, and then I woke up in the bathroom in a pool of blood that was not of my own making. It was not.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Folks, let me just say, first of all, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that there man, he's heartless, and the way that he's wanting to tear down my client just shows a lack of.
Objection, Your Honor. Defamation. This trial is not about the character of the lawyers, the prosecution.
I understand that, but I'm just fine. All right, fine. All right, put a lid on me then. Fine. First, I gotta. All right, fine. Okay, listen, my client, Mr. Hammer.
Hello?
The night of the. Yes, first of all, let me say, ladies and gentlemen, Jared, it's pretty impressive this here Hammer managed to walk from the defendant's stand all the way up to the stand. I mean, he walked people. He's a Hammer. It's pretty impressive, just to point that out.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't do it for applause. I do it for the right thing.
It's the right thing. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. When you, the night of the incident, the 27th, do you remember anything before you woke up? From when the time you fell asleep to the time you woke up in a pool of blood, do you remember anything?
No, sir, I don't. I'm just a hammer. I was just asleep in the toolbox, as I usually was, resting every night, and then before I know it, I was smashing into the face of Michael Dunbar. And before I knew it, his face ceased to be recognizable, and his blood was all over the floor and my body.
Well, okay, you're giving a little bit more information there. So before you woke up in a pool of blood, you do recall smashing someone's face. That's so.
Well, I was already mid-swing. I was kind of groggy when the hand picked me up. We're
not gonna give him any more information in that regard. We don't want to hear. Would you say you're a heavy sleeper, Mr. Hammer?
Yes, I would consider myself someone who, I mean, I don't think I get a good 7-8 hours of sleep. I think I keep myself very healthy. There's just small things can wake me up, a little bit of a rattle, a garage door every now and then. Obviously when I get moved in, a variety of ways or shifted, and honestly, when the toolbox is open, it's very loud, and, that can sometimes really startle me in the morning.
Sure. Mr. Hammer. Mr. Hammer.
But I get a good solid sleep, folks, when I'm asleep, I'm
the day before the night of the incident, would you say you had a hard day's work? Would you say you had a hard day's work, Mr. Hammer? Because what I'm trying to say to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury is that clearly my client, he was tired. He worked a hard day hammering nails and other things than faces. When he went to sleep that night, he was sleeping hard. He was sleeping heavy. Right?
Yes.
Would you say that's true, Mr. Hammer?
I would say that's true. I was working at hanging up all these posters and these paintings for this newlywed couple and this house that they just moved into, and all these barren walls, these ugly yellowish tinted walls. We made it together. We were able to cooperate and really fix the interior design and the whole feng shui of the place. It was very lovely and lively.
Objection, Your Honor. Irrelevant.
Well, who was this couple? Was Mr. Dunbar
I'm sorry. Objection sustained. I don't see the point of this.
No, I was just trying to say that I was.
I believe
hard-
the couple.
I
I believe
accomplished
the
it
man
right.
that was murdered. I believe the man that was murdered was Mr. Dunbar that done lived in this place with the damn walls, right? He's the
Objection
man. One
to-
of the couple.
That
Two
would be
judges?
correct,
Question
yes.
mark.
Did you hear any arguments occur between Mr. and Mrs. Dunbar when they were using you to hang up posters, Mr. Hammer?
Well, when I'm on the job, as you said, I'm a hard worker, and I'm not here for the hearsay, he said, she said debate. So honestly, I wasn't
Okay,
paying
fine.
attention to
Mr. Hammer,
their conversations. I was just busy
Judge,
hammering
Your Honor.
nails.
Yes.
Your Honor,
yes.
may I approach my defendant? May I talk to him in private for a second, please?
You may.
May I approach the
We can
defendant?
take a recess
All right.
for 5 minutes, and you may approach.
No,
the
it's okay. I just need to whisper in his ear, little Hammer ear for half a second. Just half a second.
I'm sorry. If you need a whisper, you better go outside.
So, if you could pick me up then, that would be a little easier.
Yeah, okay, I'm pricking you up, Miss. Is this all right? Is that okay? Can I grab you by the handle?
That's fine. Thank you for asking. Some people.
You're not gonna assume it was harassment.
No,
I can grab you by the-
it's. Ooh, okay.
What about-
Thank you. Yeah, firm
Oh,
grip.
okay,
All
all
right,
right.
bailiff.
That feel
escort
good?
them
Okay.
to the room.
All right, I'll be leaving him. I'll be taking him outside for a second, folks. Okay, all right. Mr. Hammer, we're home. We're alone now. And,
Yes, I can see that. Please,
What the
be
fuck
gentle.
are you doing, Mr. Hammer? What the fuck? Mr. Hammer, listen to me, Mr. Hammer.
What?
I'm trying to get this shit
What?
done.
What are
if
you
you
talking-
heard a fucking argument, you tell
What?
it. You didn't kill the guy. Mr. Dunbar
I know I
was
didn't
killed
kill
by
the
his
guy.
wife.
Of course. I'm just a hammer.
Mrs.
How can
Dunbar,
this? How can
You
these
need to
people
give them the
seriously
evidence
think?
they need to hear, Hammer. You need
I
to give them the
I
evidence.
told
'cause
them everything. I'm just a hammer. How can I kill anybody?
You're not helping your case, goddammit. You're
What
not
do you-
helping your fucking case.
What do you want me to say?
Listen to me.
I
Listen to me.
answered your
I
questions
want you to
the way
say
you told me to.
that you heard Mr. Hammer call Mrs. Hammer a conceited fucking bitch.
I
That's what you
wouldn't use
heard,
that
right?
language. I heard.
That's what he
shouting.
used. That's the language he used. You
I heard a lot of shouting
Okay,
and-
hold on. Mr. Hammer, I'm getting back to my. Sorry, I kind of lost myself for a second there. Excuse me, sorry, Mr. Hammer. I just.
Okay,
was
you
under
sound
the
much
impression-
nicer this
I was
way.
under. I was under the impression when you hired me for my services that you would do everything you could to help yourself get out of this conundrum, and I feel like you're not helping your case. You
Okay.
wake up by small noises. Small noises wake you up, but you
No,
don't get noticed till you're in
small-
the hand of the guy. If you could have been woken up at a toolbox getting open, then you
my
would have
memory-
known. Hey man, don't use
Hold
me for
on a
the murder.
second. Hold on. My face is smashed into things all day long. My memory's not great. Okay, I don't have any real thought process. I have a splitting
Oh, your
headache
memory's
and
not
24/7. So just give me a second. If I can't recall everything, I'll do whatever you say. Just please don't let me end up in
need
jail.
you to
You know
get
what
out
they
of
do to
this-
hammers in
Mr.
jail.
Hammer.
I don't want to go to jail. Please don't let me go to jail,
I
man.
understand, Mr. Hammer. Calm down.
I'm just a hammer. Clearly, I didn't kill this
I need you to
person.
go in there, and I need you to tell the jury that Mr. Dunbar, who
Yes.
referred to his wife
Yes.
as a stupid, conceited, moronic, bitch, while they was hanging
You-
up those posters.
You want me to
Because that's
say-
what happened.
You want me to say?
Yes.
You want me to
You
say
need to tell them.
bitch? You want me to say that in front of there's kids in there?
If you would like. Yeah, in front of his Dundee, in front of little Tommy
Dunbar's
Jane.
kids in there.
In front of both of them. Because the kids, they need to understand that you didn't murder him. You don't think Mrs. Dunbar was a bitch, did you?
No, of course
I mean, just
not.
a little
I
bit,
think
maybe, but not all the way.
no, not. I didn't have these thoughts at all. I'm just a hammer. I don't even have thoughts. I just
Well,
do
the
my
jury
job.
needs to understand. Okay, Mr. Hammond, I think we should go back inside.
Okay, all right. Be gentle.
I'm taking you back inside. Okay, Mr. Judge, thank you for the time. I'm going to put my client back on the stand now.
I appreciate it. You can put him back on the stand, bailiff. Help him on up.
Thank you.
And Scott, I'm not laughing at the hammer getting put up there. It's good hammer.
That's
Now listen,
okay.
though.
People can laugh at me. It's fine.
All right.
Mr. Hammer, I
Now
need
the
you to stand up
court
for
is in
yourself.
session.
All right.
Mr. Hammer,
Yes.
I got one more question for you.
Okay,
One more
I'm ready
question.
to answer. I'm ready to
I
answer
need
your
you
question.
when you answer this question, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, when he answers this question, he's going to look you guys dead in the eye.
I'm
Tell me the
looking.
truth.
I'm looking right
Truth
at
is
you.
the
I'm
way to
looking
hear.
into your souls. Okay.
Mr. Hammer, the night of the incident, July 27th.
Yes, yes.
Do you recall Mr. and Mrs. Dunbar getting into an argument while they was hanging up posters?
Yes.
you in hand?
Yes.
What do you recall was said in that argument?
I recall that Mr. Dunbar called Mrs. Dunbar a stupid, conceited bitch, and
Objection,
then,
Your Honor. Hearsay.
and then
Objection sustained.
and then
I don't
Mr.
understand
Dunbar
how this- I don't
proceeded to
understand how
beat the
this
shit
has
out
to
of
do with
her.
anything. I'm
And
sorry,
then Miss
Mr.
Dunbar
Hammer,
said, "Please
Mr.
help
Hammer,
me. I believe I'm in danger." And I said, "I'm just a hammer."
Mr.
Double objection, Your
Hammer,
Honor. This is
Mr. Hammer.
Well, hold on,
Quiet
before
yourself.
you,
That's all I remember.
Mr. Hammer, why, do you remember what happened before he called her the B word? What did she say to him?
they're not
was the thing
respecting
she
the
said
court
to him?
process, Your Honor.
She said, "I would like to go to the
They've
store.
gone rogue, Your Honor.
I would like to go to the
Objection.
store
Order in the court.
and open up my own bank
Order
account."
in the court.
She wanted her own identity.
Yeah, she wanted her own financial freedom. And she wanted to go back
Oh.
to school. She wanted to go
Back
and
to
get her
school.
MBA. And he thought, she
Oh.
wouldn't be good for it. And so he
And
called
he said,
her. Yeah, he said, And then she said, "I would like, to maybe go with my friends to the movies, tonight." And he said,
movies?
Oh, no. And then she
I'm
said,
sorry, Mr.
This is
Hammer.
perhaps the
She-
most
she said, "Oh, you're
blatant
kind of
disrespect of the court
controlling."
process
And
I
then
have ever
that's when-
witnessed.
That's when he called her a stupid,
I'm
conceited
sorry,
bitch.
Mr.
And that's
Hammer.
when. That's
What was the voice I had before? Who knows?
Yes, I'm sorry. The memories came back. I'm
ladies and
sorry.
gentlemen of the jury.
I don't
That's not,
remember.
Your Honor, no further question from me. No further question. I'm done. No further question.
These are dark times indeed when no respect for the court process is given.
I got respect.
I'm sorry. I just when the memories come flooding back.
You will be kicked out of this court. You have not listened to a single thing I've been saying.
All right, I'm following the
listening, Your
rules.
Honor.
I'm
I'm
following the
listening, Your
rules.
Honor.
I'm following the rules.
Your
here.
Honor, if you would like, if I may, we could return to the normal process of our great legal system. I would like to introduce a piece of evidence. I would like the witness to observe.
Okay.
What the fuck is this now? Come on.
Okay.
Evidence
You can bring it up.
A2-II. A photograph of the scene of the crime.
Oh.
Mr. Dunbar, at the time of his murder, had just gotten out of a shower. Water was all around the ground as he had just stepped out.
Water.
Now, Mr. Hammer, I would like you to look at the puddle of water, and
Yes,
what
yes.
what do you see?
In this puddle of water, I see Dunbar's feet. He kept very good hygiene, as you can see. He very clean man. I can see.
What are those circular markings next to the door in the water?
I don't personally remember.
All right, I would like to bring in another image for us to look at.
Okay, these are very graphic, and I just
No, this is
children,
very innocent one. This is just a family picture of Mr. Hammer.
okay.
The prosecution may proceed.
This is evidence 42 Z, I believe. Now, Mr. Hammer,
Yes.
I believe this is your family at a water park.
That
can you
that looks
confirm
like
that?
the Dunbar family. Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Dunbar with their beautiful kids. Yes, they had a lovely family. They were very loving. They went to church every Sunday and Wednesday.
And Mr. Hammer, next to you in this picture, on the ground, among all the wet concrete, what
Sure.
are these round marks here? By you.
By me in this picture at the water park. They just they look like shadows. Honestly, they look, maybe the sun was blocking something. It's kind of grainy.
Objection, objection. Can the prosecution just please get to the point, please? Well, what's the point of these images? Get to there. What's going on here?
Objection sustained. I want to know what exactly you're trying to say here, prosecution.
I'll cut it short. Mr. Hammer, how do you move into that position of the picture? How did you get there?
I was brought, as you saw when my lawyer brought me to and from. I can come out and walk a distance if I need to, but
Did you not
someone's
hop
hands who get me
through the water into position for that picture?
I see where you're getting at, and I just want to say that what looks like hopping.
Just answer the question, Mr. Hammer.
What looks like hopping was not accurate. I dripped water, yes, but to get me to anywhere requires someone to carry me, or God's will to pull me towards where I'm destined to be. And I don't think
No
God
further
cares about
questions, Your
water
Honor.
parks.
No, I'm sorry,
Okay.
prosecution. I know we saw Mr. Hammer here hop on up to the stand. I'm surprised you didn't talk about that. I just noticed he's just lying now, isn't he?
No, I said God's will was for me to tell the truth. God speaks about truth in several Bible passages. Ezekiel
Your Honor, I would prefer to
3:15,
let the witness
the hammer of
tie their
truth
own
shall
noose.
not be stopped
Your
from
Honor,
reaching the podium.
may I approach the stand now, Your Honor? May I talk to the witness, please? And first, I want to say, folks, I'm sorry that the prosecution felt the need to show such graphic imagery to all y'all. But as it be, so she did put it in front of us all. On the picture here, the night of the incident, Mr. Hammer.
Yes,
You'll see in
this
the
one.
bathroom here. You'll see. Do you notice? You see in the corner. You see that there's a toilet there in the corner. You see that?
I see the toilet. Yes.
Thank you. You notice the toilet itself seems to be clogged. You see that?
I can't confirm or deny. I can speculate that.
It looks to be a little clogged to me. I think.
Water level's a little high, maybe. Yes.
If you look at the toilet, there seems to have been water coming out of the toilet. I
It's
think the prosecution wants to think that maybe the floor was wet because of the shower. But ultimately, if we look at the toilet, it looks like there was something put into the bottom to make it overflow, to make it seem as if maybe Mr. Dunbar might have slipped in the water from the shower.
Objection, Your Honor.
Maybe.
Speculation.
I'm not speculating. I'm saying what happened. And then Mr. Hammer.
Objection sustained. You are making a speculation here. Let's get to the point.
What I'm trying to say is, Mr. Hammer,
Yes.
do you think it's possible that Mrs. Dunbar might have tried to fabricate the scene to make it seem as if Mr. Dunbar could have slipped? And when Mr. Dunbar did not slip, she then proceeded to use you as a murder weapon to expedite his death.
Objection, Your Honor.
Well-
Extremely leading question.
Well,
If you look at the toilet, if you look at the toilet,
Objection
folks.
sustained.
Well,
do not tell.
can I-
Do not
Please
tell
let
the
my-
defendant what to say. Okay.
Let my
Let's
client
get back to the court.
give his thoughts, please. Let my client give his thoughts. I would like to hear what he has to say.
What am I allowed to answer?
Blatant disrespect of the judge,
am
Your
I-
Honor.
Would you, Mr.
Am I?
Hammer, Mr. Hammer.
Yes. Okay.
if you look on the toilet,
Yes.
what do you
okay.
see shoved into the bottom of the toilet? What do you see? It looks like a feminine. Say what do you see in there? Feminine.
I
Slight
that's-
objection. Also kind of leading, Your Honor.
It looks like a
Hold on.
product.
What am I allowed to answer, Judge? What am I allowed to
Listen
answer this
here.
question?
Listen here. Objection sustained. Too many
Okay.
leading questions. No more questions to the
Judge.
client.
Judge, I would like to speak about the picture. What can I talk about the picture, about the toilet?
Okay. Mr. Hammer, you may speak, but only say what is on your mind. Do not nothing else should come out of your mind other than what you see.
Okay, so there's a toilet, and it's clogged. But as for whether Mrs. Dunbar clogged it, this is Mrs. Dunbar, as we all know, is wheelchair bound, and she doesn't use this toilet. She uses her disabled toilet on the bottom floor, so she could not have clogged this toilet. Also, at the night of the deaths, she was able to get out of the situation from an Uber. So I don't think she came back in time, and I don't think she would have been able to make it up the stairs, even if she did. It does look like the toilet is clogged, but this is something that Mike used to love doing for his erotic pleasures late at night. It's part of, we don't kink shame in this family, and we don't question it. So what he shoved down there is up to him, and honestly lies with him, and I don't want to go into it too much.
Objection, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. My client is speaking on it. My client
Objection.
is out. My client does not know what he's talking about. He's been hit over
I
the
was
head.
told to speak from my
20
mind of what I saw in the
Objection
picture.
overruled.
Yeah, your mind that's a little rattled, Mr. Hammer. A little rattled
Listen
way,
here,
Mr. Hammer, because
defendants.
here's my defender, but my client does not understand. The words are coming out of his mouth.
Listen
thinks-
here, defense. Let the client speak. Your objection has been overruled.
Objection to the overruling of my objection.
All right, but, I was just
Mrs.
speaking
Judge,
from
if I may, we are kind of running long on time, and I think we should get to our closing statements.
I agree
agree.
with
This
that.
has
I
been
agree with
going
that.
on for too long. Let's start with the closing statements immediately.
Can I get off from the stand then?
I'm gonna come grab you, Mr. Hammer. Mr. Hammer,
someone-
I'll come grab you. 'cause
can someone grab me?
I'll come pick up Mr. Hammer because
Thank you.
Mr. Hammer cannot move on his own, folks.
Thank
Don't,
you.
but don't believe what you saw when he came in the room. He cannot move on his own. He needs to be grabbed by somebody. No, Mr.
No,
Hammer, don't.
I can't.
Mr. Hammer, don't. Exactly, Mr. Hammer.
And
We
can
agree on
you?
this one.
Yes, can you grab me here? Thank you.
I'm grabbing you, Mr. Hammer. I'm grabbing
Thank
you. Here you go.
you. Michael never used to
I'm
be
bringing it
this
back over
gentle
to
with me. He always liked holding me from the bottom and doing things, and he never was as polite as you, lawyer.
Oh, that's right. You like when I stroke you like this, Mr. Hammer? Is that feel good? You like
Thank
that?
you. Thank you. Yes, this is
Alright.
this is much nicer than how Michael used to treat me
All
late
right,
at
we'll
night.
continue that later. We'll continue that later, Mr. Hammer. We'll get to it.
Okay, thank you.
Well, let's do closing statements then. All right. Who goes first for the closing statements? Oh, Mr. Judge.
Now, the defense may start with their closing statements.
Okay then. All right. Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to listen today, and I just hope that you leave this courtroom within the thoughts in your minds that you understand that what's been happening here is a rigmarole. It's a falsification of reality designed to make you believe that my defendant, Mr. Hammer, is a criminal when all he's ever been is a positive addition to our society. When he moved here from Ontario, Canada, and he became an immigrant to the United States of America, he said to himself, I'm going to make this place, this country, I'm going to add to the culture and to the benefits of the society. And what ultimately has gone down in this whole situation is that Mrs. Dunbar, she was angry with her husband for accusing her and not allowing her to have her own life on her own terms, seeing movies and having jobs. And so that evening, when he thought she was out of the house, he thought she'd taken an Uber of her own accord, out of anger, out of spite, to go see Bobby. She came back early while he was in the shower, and she clogged the toilet using one of her own, very own feminine product, put it in the toilet, clogged the toilet, had the water come out, thought her husband was going to slip and die to death, and when he didn't, she used my defendant, Mr. Hammer, out of his own will, she used him to kill her husband. And she's sitting back there in her wheelchair with her children, just watching this whole rigmarole go down. And that's the real crime. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Just take all that into account. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. That's the end of my statement, Mr. Honor. Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right.
Good job.
Now, the
Good job.
prosecution may begin the closing statement.
I am sorry to all of you who have to experience the complete disregard and disrespect of this court by the defense today. Let it be known that I only have the best in mind for everyone here. I just want to know the truth. And what the evidence and the witness statements have led me to believe that Mr. Hammer here, seemingly unwittingly, hopped his way into the bathroom while Mr. Dunbar was showering and committed the murder in a moment of mania. I feel sorry for Mrs. Dunbar for having all these accusations thrown her way, but I hope that she'll find some solace in knowing, and perhaps Mr. Hammer will also find some solace in knowing the truth of what happened that day. And I trust, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, that you will make the right choice, the right judgment. Thank you.
Mr. Dunbar is a dumb, stupid, moronic bitch, and Mr. Dunbar was right for saying so. That's what I gotta say about that.
Order in the court. No more from you, defense. Now
All right,
we'll
fine.
hear from
I'm
the
sorry.
jury.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
We, the jury, have come back. We have come back with a decision. With the overwhelming evidence we have seen today, and the clear lack of respect we have seen from the defense,
Oh, give a Hammer a break.
Oh, so lack of respect.
Give a Hammer a break. Come on.
from the clear lack of respect from the defense,
No.
and the lack of evidence shown
Please.
by the defense,
Mercy,
We
guys.
There was a tampon in the toilet.
we hereby
I'm sorry.
find Mr. Hammer guilty
No.
of the murder
No.
of Mr. Dunbar.
No.
That is all. Thank you, Your Honor.
No. I'll kill all of you. I'll kill every last one of you. I'll kill everyone until you're all
Bailiff,
dead.
restrain
You will be a
Mr.
bloody
Hammer.
mess. I'll kill all of you.
Bailiff,
I'm not
restrain
going back up
Mr.
his
Hammer.
ass. I'm not going back up his ass.
Mr. Hammer, you gotta take it in stride and dignity because we're gonna ask for an appeal. And next time, you're gonna say that Mrs. Dunbar was an evil, stupid bitch, and you're gonna stick to it, and you're gonna say exactly the right thing to say next time when we go
Yes,
through
sir.
it. You
Yes, sir.
understand me, Mr.
Yes.
Hammer?
All right.
You don't have a fuzzy
Understand.
mind, you don't have a fuzzy memory. You're a deep motherfucking sleeper. You sleep all fucking night, and you never
Mr.
woke up,
Defense.
never. That's what you
Mr.
say.
Your
Defense.
Honor,
What all of this?
I don't believe we have to listen to all this.
We do not have
If
to.
you will, you can conclude our
I
trial
will
today.
conclude. In light of the jury's decision, Mr. Hammer will face lifetime in prison with no option for parole. Thank you.
Jesus
That is all.
Christ.
Bailiff, take him away.
Goodbye, Mr. Hammer.
That was the fateful story that day. The day that we discovered that Mr. Hammer was not who he seemed to be.